Hi everyone, today I'm going to do a review video on Thinx panties. A lot of you have been very curious about what these are like, so I eventually got a chance to buy one and use it. So here is the first look. They have 2-3 different styles, I think thong and cheeky. The one I have is the hip hugger, which gives more coverage as compared to their other styles. Also, this holds more fluid, almost equivalent to 2 tampons. The other styles are for light day or your last day flow. This one can be worn during your heavy flow as well. However, they recommend that you wear it with a pad or a tampon, but I did try and use it without menstrual cups or tampons or pads, and it was perfectly fine. And the whole idea of using reusable panties is that we don't use disposable products like tampons and pads, so you can totally wear these on their own without having to wear it with a pad or a tampon, or you can use them as a backup to your menstrual cup if you'd like. So this is the hip hugger. I ordered a black one, and this is size large. Their size chart seems to be pretty accurate to me. I went by it and ordered the large size. It suggested me, and that fits me totally fine. It does have a good fit. It does not feel loose or anything, and that is what you want on your period panties. For those of you who are wondering what is a period panty, it's very much like a normal underwear, as you can see. It's just that it has more layers of fabric. So the entire underwear is made with 2-3 layers of fabric, and this area, the absorbent area, has even more layers of fabric and a leak proof layer as well, so that it can take care of your period flow. You don't need to wear a pad on top of these. They will absorb all your menstrual flow. You do have to be careful on when this is full. You will have to change your underwear. That is one disadvantage. If you're wearing a cup or a tampon or a pad, you can just go to any public loo, take it out, change it, come back. But with these panties, if you're wearing these and if it's full, you might have to remove your entire clothing, change your panty. This is how I received my panty. It was a plastic bag and this little instructions or information about these, and I'll just quickly read this out to you as well. So the diagram here shows what are the layers involved in the absorbent area of the panty, so that you don't need to wear a pad with it. So the first is a moisture wicking layer. The topmost layer that goes against your skin is a moisture wicking skin, so you don't feel wet or sweaty. Next is an antimicrobial layer. The third one is a absorbent layer that absorbs most of your menstrual fluid, and the next is a leak proof layer that avoids the menstrual fluid from coming out of the panty and staining your clothes. So you might think that, oh my god, it has 4 or 5 different layers of fabric, so it's going to be a very thick underwear and heavy or clumsy to wear, or might feel like a diaper, which is not the case. If you look at it, it's very thin, obviously a little thicker than your normal underwear, but when I was wearing them, I did not feel like I was wearing a diaper or even wearing a pad. It was very comfortable and thin, does not make you feel bulky, does not leak. I actually, for the first few hours, because the color is also black, so first few hours I thought I was not bleeding. It was absorbing that well. However, after I think 6 hours or so for my heavy flow day, I started to feel that it was getting wet, and that's when I changed it. And when I washed it, a lot of blood came out. So I was surprised that I was bleeding heavily throughout the time, but these were able to absorb everything very nicely. So I would highly recommend this to everybody. They are just amazing. They feel nice. The fabric used is great, and they are definitely very good at absorbing. One of my cousins was going to US, so she was able to get me one. If you will need, you can actually buy them online from their website. They do ship to India. Please keep in mind that you will have to bear the shipping and import duties on top of the cost of these underwear.